Hello, it's me, Alana. How's it going? So, today I am going to be talking about a specific iceberg video that I watched. It was actually a few months ago. But first, I do want to say there is a little bit of a content warning. I'm going to be talking about and referencing some kind of gruesome things that happened on this iceberg, which is kind of the point, but not going to be any sort of really specific things, but just thought I should throw it out there. So, I really enjoy iceberg videos. I think they're really interesting. They're like podcasts that you can just put on the background while you're doing boring stuff like dishes or like laundry or something. Uh, you know, good stuff. And I am also a Doctor Who fan. So, a part of becoming a Doctor Who fan is that you just kind of have to accept that there are episodes of the show that you're just never going to watch because they're lost to time. But anyway, so a couple months ago, this iceberg video came up on my recommended, and I was like, great, this sounds awesome. This sounds exactly something I'd be interested in. And so it was about like 10 o'clock ish in the morning, which is relatively early for me. Like, even now, I don't wake up too early for my work or whatever. And so, I was doing my Animal Crossing chores, having a great time watching this iceberg video. And, the first parts of it, very much what you would expect it to be, different shows, movies, books, stuff like that. And at some point, about a third way through the video, it goes from um, talking about a children's show, Backyardigans, to talking about audio of a man being mauled by a bear, which, two things with that. So one, I do want to state that the person who made this iceberg video, they didn't actually make the iceberg themselves. So there's that. And then also, I I don't want to blame this person, but I guess I just wasn't looking close enough because I was not expecting for there to be this type of extra content, violent content. And I'm someone who dabbles in watching true crime stuff. I don't necessarily have a problem with the content in and of itself. I wasn't expecting it. And it was early in the morning. It was too early for that thing for me personally. So I was taken very off guard by it, and I was like, what? This is a little disturbing to say the least. They didn't play any of the audio, of course, but because it is lost media. But um it was a choice to have the person put that in the iceberg, and I was like, all right. And so I continued listening to it and watching it, thinking like, okay, maybe it's not going to get into more violence, except that it most definitely did. And it got to a point, I don't even think I watched half of the video, but it got to a point where I could not continue watching this because at first I was like, why does this make me feel so uncomfortable? Again, I've watched like true crime stuff. I've seen the stuff that they were talking about weren't necessarily things like I've never heard of before. Um, but I realized later the way that it was presented was in a way that it was assuming and considering these videos or audio or whatever it was about terrible things that happen to people as lost media. And so it begs the question to me, like, what are we using as a definition, specifically for this video, of course, as lost media? Because to me, what lost media assumes is that it is something that the public should be able to access, but they aren't able to for whatever reason, if it got destroyed in a fire or, you know, it was a secret film that only a handful of people have, and it's just, just a normal film. But once you mix in criminal cases and people getting very hurt or literally being murdered. It begs the question, why is this in here? Because to me, it came up as extremely disrespectful. And I also want to preface this. If you see me smiling or laughing, I'm not laughing at it. It's just something that I do. It's a, I don't know, a response. Sometimes I smile and I kind of laugh when I don't know what to do and I feel uncomfortable. So just putting that out there. I think putting these types of videos and considering them like something that the public should just see is so disrespectful, not only to the victims, because in some of the videos that they talked about, everyone lived, but it was like people got really hurt or something like that. It's just disrespectful to the loved ones, the friends and families of the victims, and in some cases, I remember like the surviving victims are like, no one should see this. So why is it in there in the first place? To me, having those things, having those, I'm going to call them crime videos, to be honest. Well, not all of them are crimes, so crime slash accident, terrible accident videos. It's like considering of like, are we supposed to be like, yeah, I want to watch that. Yes, I would like to listen to a man being mauled by a bear. That sounds like a great way to spend my Saturday morning while I play Animal Crossing. To me, and I don't think this is an outlandish thing to say, I don't think that these types of videos should be for public consumption. I don't think that in general you should watch actual harm being done to people, animals, whatever. To me, I don't think that these videos should be considered lost media. I don't know if you want to classify it, I don't know, if like the iceberg video is like crime videos or something, I don't know, something weird like that, then yeah, I guess that'd be kind of weird, but at least that would make sense versus, again, what I feel like is implied by what lost media is, especially considering the context of the things that are on there. Um, like, the TV shows and whatnot and the books, like, those are fine, obviously. What really it comes down to and what it comes off as is really a lack of empathy for the people involved. I wish that the person who is making the iceberg, and even, I don't want to even necessarily take full, I don't know, not blame, because blame is such a strong word for this. I don't want anyone to like feel terrible about making an iceberg video or even an iceberg graphic or whatever, but there was a lack of empathy that was put there because, again, I'm thinking about putting myself in the shoes of someone who is either the victim of one of these things, one of these terrible, incidences that happened, violent incidences that happened, or like a friend or a family member, and having it being like, and here it goes, it's lost media. It's so unfortunate that the only copy is with the policeman. And it's like, that to me, that's what it implies. It implies that it's unfortunate that no one can watch it, and I don't think that's appropriate. So, can't really recommend it, obviously, but if you are looking to watch iceberg videos, I cannot recommend Wendigoon enough. I love Wendigoon so much as far as like his content and stuff. It's so good. It's easy to watch, and I think he is really, really good with content warnings. Probably the best that I've ever seen in like recent. Like, again, it's kind of my fault with this iceberg video too. I don't know if I said this before, but like, I did not realize that there was gonna be violence like that. But there was a content warning, so it's kind of on me. But still, I like the way that Wendigoon does it, and I wish more YouTubers, especially when it comes to this, that's the problem. It's like it goes from, yeah, this is all good, to that's it for this video. I hope you guys have a good day. Hopefully this is coming out on Wednesday, or else I'll be a little sad, but it is what it is. I am still in the process of doing test streams for streaming and stuff because, like I said, I've been wanting to stream for like years. So if you see me on this channel, come in and say hi if you want to, or ignore it because it's probably going to be terrible. And I already have an idea for next week's video, so look forward to that. I will see you next time, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.